Okay, we are live.
We are live. Welcome to the People's Music Network second transatlantic song swap. The first and the second, these events are essentially my brainchild because I pestered Ben Grosscup, who is the executive director of People's Music Network. And I've been saying to him, I've been going to the United Kingdom pretty regularly with my wife Marilyn, who's over here. And we've been doing it since around 1999, and then particularly around 2004 to the present, we've been going nearly every year or every other year. And during that time, we discovered that this enormous amount of politically progressive music that's being made, wonderful music. And I've been trying to tell people here in the United States that we have to make some connection. We have to hook up somehow. Meanwhile, I've been telling the people over on the other side, on the United Kingdom, about People's Music Network and trying to get the people on both sides of the Atlantic together. A couple of years ago, for example, Russ Chandler came to a People's Music Network convergence gathering, we called them in those days, in rural Massachusetts. And anyway, this COVID pandemic, as terrible as it is, has given us an opportunity in People's Music Network to produce all sorts of online events. And since these events were happening, I was able to finally persuade Ben Grosscup to give us the go-ahead. And here we are. I know some of the people on this screen here. I've known some of you a very, very long time. Bev and I go way, way back to when you were my teacher at the Free Association. I took a course, and Ann Price I've known for 20
little years.
a long number of years. Some other people I met in the last 2, 3, 4, 10 years that I've been going to the UK. And there are some people that I haven't met yet. I really wish there were time for massive introductions. I was going to pick on 3 or 4 people to say hello, but there's only one I'm going to call on right now because our friend Storm, the poet, recommended John. John, if you're there, can you just say about 30 seconds where you're from and hello, and we'll get to you again.
Hi, my name's John Warburton and I'm living in North Wales. I've been living here for about 20 years. Hi, Jerry. Hi, Kathy. I know Jerry and Kathy from the Hungry Horse Folk Club in Ellesmere Port. I run my own club in Trythyn, which is the village where I live in North Wales. I've been running that for about 7 years now, and retired psychiatric nurse, and very into politics.
Well, I actually called on you because Marilyn and I once made a trip to Wales. We've only been to Wales once, and we'd really like to go back. We were there for only 2 weeks, and we had to take in the entire country in a really short amount of time. So we'll talk again sometime, but it looks like we're ready to begin the event for real. And I believe that at 4 o'clock on the dot, which is coming up, I have to welcome the world to this event. So Steve Deasy, if you give me the 4 o'clock straight up signal, I'll do it. In the business, they give you a countdown with fingers, I know, but we still have to learn how to do all those things. Oh, my clock just flipped to 4 o'clock. Welcome to the People's Music Network for Songs of Freedom and Struggle. Tonight we are hosting the second in a series of transatlantic song swaps featuring members of the People's Music Network from the United States and from Canada. And we're also featuring people from the United Kingdom, some of whom I know, some of whom I just met on screen. And we're also going to have one artist from Spain who's scheduled to perform. And Since March, the People's Music Network, by necessity, has been doing a number of online events. What we usually do is we meet together 2 times a year in person for these big get-togethers that we call convergences, or we call them gatherings. And we've been doing these in one form or another since before we were called People's Music Network. These go back to 1977. Marilyn and I joined in 1999 because Pete Seeger told us to join. And when Pete Seeger tells you to do something, those who knew him say yes. Pete says, do it, you do it. Anyway, the People's Music Network is a community of performing artists, musicians, singers, poets, actors, songwriters, and also people who are involved, perhaps not in the performance, but in supporting performing arts, people who run coffee houses or direct choruses, people who organize concerts or might sit on the board of directors of a folk music society. And together, what we're doing, what we're trying to do at least, is to use music and poetry and dance and the performing arts in general to promote progressive ideas and values and policies. And we have a lot of work cut out for us. There is no question about that. And we are a network in the literal sense. What we do is we try to bring people together, people who might have known each other, or people who most likely didn't know each other before they got together at People's Music Network, and with the feeling that they could exchange ideas and experiences, and out of that will come something wonderful. We're probably going to have sometime in September or October the third event in a series, and we're going to ask one of our comrades in the United Kingdom to help organize it. I won't say who it is. He knows who it is right now because he hasn't quite yet confirmed that he's going to do it. But anyway, right now, before we actually start exchanging the songs and the poems, I want to turn this over to our technical director, Steve Deasy, who is ensconced in Windsor, Ontario, directly across the Detroit River from the United States. Steve Deasy, go ahead.
He's muted.
Oh, Steve, you have to unmute
You're
yourself.
muted.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, some tech whiz, right? So anyway, just want to say to the performers, if you, when you're performing, there's some information beforehand that I would like to know. If you want the lyrics of your song to be displayed online while you perform, tell me that before you begin performing and before you speak about yourself or about the performance that preceded you. I will share the lyrics on the big screen, and then you will become small. So depending on whether you want the focus to be on you and your performance or on the lyrics, let me know that as soon as you unmute yourself and go live. Each person gets 5 minutes max. We do have a packed program, so please respect that. And then the other thing is that very soon I will paste a direct link for this live stream into the Zoom chat. When I've done that, you can press, those on Facebook can press share on the video itself, and then we will have a larger audience. So anyway, good luck. I'm going to ask Steve Suffet to say a little bit more about how we run today's swap.
One of the things that we would like people to do is listen very carefully to the performing artist immediately in front of you. And before you start performing, before you introduce your song or your poem, say a few words of love. Show a little encouragement. Show that you listen to the song. Say something about it that struck you as important. And give what I'm a retired school teacher, what we in the ed business call positive feedback. And do it, as I say, while you're live so we can hear you. But you could also add to the chat box. You could Everyone knows how to go on to chat. You click the little icon at the bottom of your Zoom screen that says chat, and then you could type comments. So you could also type some comments as we're going, some positive encouragement. And that really is something we all appreciate. And I'm not going to say any more because it's time for some music. Russ Chandler, are you up there somewhere? Russ getting ready?
I am here, Steve. Can you hear me?
I see Russ. Unfortunately, there was no one before you except me. So,
Well,
so you are relieved of the burden of giving the positive feedback.
well, I don't think so necessarily. I think it's down to me to say something nice about you.
Well, go right ahead.
Because Steve and Marilyn are quite two of the nicest, most committed, most generous, most hospitable people that I've ever met in my life. And they're everything that the folk scene, and especially the progressive folk scene, and I don't think there's any meaningful folk scene that isn't progressive, should be. And it's an absolute pleasure, and I love them to bits. And Marilyn makes a mean cheese omelette.
Okay.
Unfortunately, Russ, this is Steve talking. I go last, and it's actually customary that the person that goes first would do that same thing for the person who went last.
Okay, I withdraw everything I just said.
But it's it's good to see you again. I met you at one of our summer gatherings.
Anyway,
That's right.
Russ, take it away. One other thing I'll add before Russ starts. If you wrote the song yourself, say so. Give yourself the credit where credit is due. If it's a song someone else wrote, give credit to the songwriter. And if it's a song that someone else wrote, but another person popularized, make sure you give credit to the songwriter as well as to the popularizer. So if you're doing Little Boxes, for example, it was not written by Pete Seeger. Pete Seeger popularized it. It was written by Malvina Reynolds. I don't think I have to say more because when it's a song that you yourself have written, I don't think anyone is shy about taking credit. So Russ, go ahead now.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Steves. So this is a traditional song. The English folk tradition in particular is not particularly known for its progressive content. But this is an exception. It's a song from the Napoleonic Wars, so around about, 1830. And like all good folk songs, its message hasn't aged a day. This is called The Labouring Man. You Englishmen of each degree, a moment listen unto me. By day to day you all will see the poor are frowned upon by degree. To please you all is my intent, so listen to these lines I penned. By them you'll know who never can do without the labouring man. Will be labouring man and woman or anything else these days, of course. I improvised and put myself off. In olden times, you all know well, the poor man cheerful used to go quite clean and neat about his life, with his children and his wife, and each day's labour it was claimed, a fair day's wages he was paid. Yet now to live he hardly can, may God protect the labouring man. There is one thing we must confess, when England find they're in a mess and has to face the daring foe, it's to the labouring man they go to fight their battles, understand, either on sea or on the land. Deny the truth we never can, they look towards the labouring man. some to soldiers they will go, and jolly sailors we all know, to defend their country day and night, and for old England bravely fight. Yet when they do return again, they're looked upon with great disdain, and in distress throughout the land you may behold the labouring man. When Bonaparte and Nelson too, and Wellington at Waterloo, was fighting both by land and sea, the poor man gained those victories. Their hearts are cast in honour's gold, the soldiers and the sailors bold, but every battle, understand, was conquered by the labouring man. The labouring man will plough the deed, dig the earth, plant the wheat, defend his country when afar, and feel no battle or a scar. Yet still he's looked upon as thieves by those who bide at home at ease, and every day throughout the land they try to starve the labouring man. If the wars should rise again and England be in want of men, they'll have to scour the country round to find the boys who plough the ground, and to some foreign land they'll go to fight and dub the daring foe. Do what they will, do what they can't do without the labouring man. They will do what they can't do without the labouring man.
Hey, hey. Well, thank you, Russ. Lindsay.
Yes.
Lindsay Wilson from New York City. Know very well. She's very often a volunteer at the People's Voice Cafe.
Mm-hmm.
And for those who don't know about the People's Voice Cafe, we'll tell you about it when we have time. Otherwise, look it up on Google, and you will find it is really a remarkable place. Lindsay could attest to that.
Yes.
Go ahead, take it away.
Thank you so much, Steve. And thank you, Russell, for that beautiful song. Yes, the labor man, may he forever reign free and working freely and to live in justice. I love the banjo, and I was singing along with it. It's a beautiful piece. Thank you so much for it. I'm going to do a song for you that many of you know. It's called Stand for the People. Many of you have heard it, but I can't sing it enough. This is something that we do have to do, right? Is to stand up for people, and not just for ourselves, but for the human dynamic. So this song is really focusing on that, and I love London. I've been there once, and I hope after this pandemic I get to travel and see you again. So it's nice meeting you now. My name is Lindsay. The song is called Stand for the People. Here we go. I'm getting sick of this Ponzi scheme. I'm trying to figure out, am I in a dream? For there's a madman behind the scenes, playing puppet for the shadows. It seems like I'm going to have to fight till the end. I didn't think I would have to do this again. My ancestors paved the way so I wouldn't have to fight. By playing by God's rules, trying to do what was right. Right. Bless their hearts, but it's time to fight and stand for the people. But those who are wondering what is going on, stand for the people. But those who are worried about losing what they have won, stand for the people. For bad men will take from you whatever is pure. So take back from the devil what is yours. Yeah, 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 now. Ooh, yeah. Listen, I am a woman, a black woman vexed, 'cause I tried to turn the other cheek and have no regrets. But they're killing my children outright. And they wonder why I'm so uptight, and why I'm ready to fight, 'cause I stand for the people. But those who are wondering what is going on, I stand for the people. But those who are worried about losing what they have won, I stand for the people. For bad men will take from you whatever is pure. So take back from the devil what is yours. Yeah, 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 now. Ooh, yeah. My fathers, my mothers, my sisters, my sons, living in a jail cell under the gun. I wonder what they would do if they got free to live their lives with some dignity. Are you listening to me? Stand for the people. But those who are wondering what is going on, stand for the people. But those who are worried about losing what they have won, stand for the people. For bad men will take from you whatever is pure. So take back from the devil. Yeah, 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 yeah. Stand for the people now. Stand for the people, all right? Stand for the people, and stand for yourselves. 'Cause I got a plan to take a stand and take my place in the human race, and put a new face on the old survivor. 'Cause I'm still walking through the fire, and I am me, but now I'm you. And we got so much work to do, but I got a plan, and we got a plan. We got a plan together. This is no illusion, it's no facade. We are all children of God, and I got a plan. We got a plan. We got a plan together, yes. Stand for the people, baby, get up. Stand for the people, baby, wake up. Stand for the people, stand tall and proud. Come on now, stand for the people, baby, get up. Stand for the people, baby, get up. Stand for the people, yeah. Stand for yourselves. It is time to stand for the people.
Lindsay Wilson.
Thank you.
Thank you. Let's see. We have Teo Aluko coming up now. Teo, are you there?
I am here. Do you hear me?
Oh, yes, we hear you.
Oh, that's a
And
relief.
I don't think we've met before. I'm sure we haven't, but I did see you online before. So tell us where you are, and but first say a few words for Lindsay.
Um, I'm in Liverpool,
Uh-huh.
in England, and Lindsay, it's great to see you, great to hear you, and can't wait to welcome you in England. I will come down to London if you don't come up here. I love Stand for the People, and I also love the lyric which says, take it back from the devil. I don't know what exactly you meant there, but my imagination. I think we all share the sentiment. We need to take our lives back from the devils that rule over us. So I'm really glad to be here. I'm not singing this time. I am going to share a poem that I wrote to, I think it was in April, when COVID hit, or months after COVID hit, and our rulers were making a fine mess of it all, and a line popped into my head, which ended up being the very last line of this poem. I hope you'll agree that it is very appropriate. The poem is called Greatness in a Time of COVID, and it really pays tribute to the people on the front line trying to protect us, while those who should be protecting us are doing the opposite. And it's also shares our histories, greatness in a time of COVID. We made our homes in the belly of the beast that devoured our ancestors and spat them out on the other side of the globe, that stole our gold and rubber, our skills and knowledge, our art and music, our history. It gorged and fattened itself, dressed in unmissable finery, and declared itself proudly the empire. It saw its greatness in our puzzled eyes as we stared up the barrel of a gun from every corner of the earth. Its guns were needed still, we were told, to protect us from those socialists and communists. Capitalism, our enslaver for centuries, would liberate us one day. It bought our rulers and continued the quiet theft of our humanity and our dignity as it planted poison and bombs where once there was rice and diamonds. And then the virus came, silent, swift, and deadly. We answered the call to the front line to confront this invisible enemy. We asked simply for gloves, masks, visors, and gowns. As we fell one by one, we finally began to see that what the gentle ones had been whispering loudly had been true all along. We'd been feeding on the beast's excrement, unmindful of the fact that the empire has no clothes. Thank you.
Yay. Very good. Thank you. Thank you. Liverpool is one of those places Marilyn and I have never gotten to, and we always intend, and not to pay homage to the Beatles alone, but we understand there are a lot of things going on. Kathy Runswick has told us, and we've heard about Alan Perry and and also about Radical Liverpool and lots of things happening. And now I just learned that you're in Liverpool. So once all this is over, we have to get there.
Yeah.
Yes, you're
Yep, yep.
very, very welcome.
Let's see. Thank you again.
Steve, you've gone onto mute.
Can't hear you, Steve.
Oh, Susan, thank you. I accidentally muted myself. Susan Rogers, go ahead and say a few words about what Teo has just done, and then tell us about yourself and your song.
Thank you. Teo, I was so moved by your poem. The politics were just so superb, about imperialism, about the effects on those that are the victims of imperialism. And then on top of that, COVID, it's a lot of what we're going through. And I feel like you really captured so much of what we're all feeling, those of us that are out there supporting those on the front lines and so forth. So thank you so much. It was really a very profound poem. Thank you. So I'm Susan Rogers, and I hail from Tacoma Park, Maryland. I'm a member of the DC Labor Chorus. When it hasn't been COVID, I've been out there at the Capitol as much as I can, fighting for many of the things that we all stand for. So good to be with you today. I'm sure many of you have probably heard of the song Finlandia. This is a song written by Sibelius. I know that I've sung it with many choruses. I've sung it in my church, and I think the reason I love this song so much is that it really gets at the whole piece of nationalism and exceptionalism. Certainly, living in the United States, I feel like my country is so guilty of that in terms of exceptionalism, and I think this song really addresses that. So what I've done here is I've taken the first couple of verses of Finlandia, and then I've added a couple of my own verses. So I'm calling it Finlandia Rise Up. So I'm doing this a cappella. This is my song, O God of all the nations, a song of peace for lands afar and mine. This is my home, the country where my heart is. Here are my hopes, my dreams, my holy shrine. But other hearts in other lands are beating with hopes and dreams as true and high as mine. My country's skies are bluer than the ocean, and sunlight beams on clover leaf and pine. But other lands have sunlight too and clover, and skies are everywhere as blue as mine. Oh, hear my song, thou God of all the nations, a song of peace for their land and for mine. My people here are victims of oppression. Our native tribes have lost their lands, their lives. Black slaves brought here to toil for greed and profit. Our working class must struggle to survive. But there are those who live outside my borders, whose lives are hard, much harder than my own. Oh, hear my cry, thou God of many nations, a cry for help to let us stay alive. May country's struggles labor on for one goal, and exploitation, greed, and selfish pride tear down the walls that keep us in our silos. Let's build a world where all needs are supplied.
Susan, thank you.
Muchas gracias.
Thank you very much. I've never heard Finlandia done like that before. Let's see who we have. Kathy Runswick. Next, Kathy, are you there?
I am indeed, Steve. Yes, hello.
Okay, can you say a few words for Susan and then go ahead and introduce yourself and your song?
I absolutely can. Susan, that was marvellous. I particularly felt in the words that you had written that you were reaching out across nations and looking to link arms across the world, and I think that's something that we're trying to do tonight. So I think it's just marvellous, because you're quite right. There is no place for oppression, and there is every place for peace and justice. So thank you very much for that. So my name is Kathy Runswick, and I'm based in Wirral, which is a peninsula between Liverpool and Wales. I sing with a choir called Liverpool Socialist Singers, and I help run a folk club which is called Wallasey Folk and Acoustic Club, and we are currently running Zoom-alongs. So the next one's on the 6th of September if anyone's interested. The song that I'm going to sing is called We Were There, and it's by a woman called Sandra Kerr, who is Nancy Kerr's mum, for those of you who might know Nancy, who is renowned across the world. And it was sung predominantly by a group in which Sandra performed, and the group was called Sisters Unlimited. So please do look them up, because they've got some fantastic songs, usually penned by members of the group. We were there, womankind beheld the earth. We were there, man beside us at our birth, and the world was made for sharing, equal giving, equal caring, learning, growing, doing, daring. We were there, friend and mother, sister, lover, we were there. We were there throughout each changing century. We were there, but still must write our history. For who heard us when we cried? How many fought? How many died? Hand in hand and side by side, we were there. Friend and mother, sister, lover, we were there. We were there. Through every strike, through every war, we were there. Wondering who we suffered for, wondering when our time would come. Would brother brothers, sisters, fight as one? Or must we stand alone? We were there, friend and mother, sister, lover, we were there. We are here, though the way is long before us, we are here, and the world cannot ignore us. We will celebrate our past, and when the future's shared at last, who will dare to ask if we were there? Friend and mother, sister, lover, we were there. Friend and mother, sister, lover, we were there. Thank you.
Thank you, Kathy. That was wonderful. Kathy knows this, and of course, Bill Grant knows this, that there are obviously at least 2 songs in the world now called We Were There. Anyway, Gary Allard, are you there? Gary?
I'm right here. How are you guys?
Okay, Gary is over here, not just in the United States, but in New York City. And right, he's in the borough of Brooklyn. I'm in the borough of Queens. We are almost neighbors.
Yes, we are.
So, Gary, go ahead and say a few words to Kathy, and then take it away.
Kathy, what can I say, man? That was amazing, wonderful song. It was so heartwarming, man. It just hit the heart. And aside from the fact that you have that amazing voice, man, it was just like so beautiful, so beautiful. Thank you. This is a song that we all needed to hear, my friend. But like Steve said, I'm here from Brooklyn. I've been a chorus member all my life, and now a singer-songwriter. You know, let me just put y'all in multiple view. And I try to write songs that hit the heart, the mind, the body, and the soul. So this song that I wrote a little while back, I was sitting on my couch upstairs, and I was thinking about the devastations in Puerto Rico and the Caribbean. And I was thinking about my brothers and sisters out there and how they dealt with this song. And I wanted to put myself in their shoes. And that's how this song came about. And the name of the song is And the Rain Came Down. Said I should leave this city, but a little rain ain't bothering me, and the rain came down, yes, the rain came down, Lord, rain came down, yes, the rain came down. Yes, the rain came down, Lord, came down, the rain came. Now the levee breeds and submerges all our roads, and 2 towns down it consumed all those homes, and muddy waters rising up to my knees. I wonder if God is punishing me. And the rain came down, the rain came down, yes, the rain came down, Lord, rain came down, yes, the rain came down, 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 yes, the rain came down. Oh, I hear the rain, bum, silence and the crowds remain black. Some friends are dead, some left and not coming back. And standing water spreading death and disease. And now some rich man said that we're too damn lazy. But the rain came down, the rain came down, the rain came down. Yes, the rain came down, Lord. The rain came down, the rain came. Yes, the rain came down, 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 down. The rain came. Yes, the rain came down, Lord. Rain came down, rain. Do you hear the rain diggy? Bomba de diggy, bomba de diggy, bomba de diggy, dum diggy, dum diggy, bomba de, bomba de. Oh, thank you guys.
Well, thank you, Gary. That's wonderful. And let me just point out that Gary has been a performer at People's Voice Cafe and has been scheduled again to perform there, except we just don't know when that's going to happen, do we? But it shall happen.
You guys are amazing. Thank you.
Anyway, Jerry, are you there? Jerry French?
Yes, I am.
Yes, great. And I just met Jerry French at the sound check, and comes highly.
You just muted yourself, Steve.
I'm sorry. Say a few words about Gary, and then tell us about yourself and the song you're going to do.
Okay. Well, I mean, I didn't know what to expect with Gary's song, but first of all, I was really impressed at how catchy it was. But it was able to combine a really catchy tune with really relevant lyrics. I mean, you know, today's news, there were wildfires in California and there's snow in Australia and the rain continues to come down. It's raining outside actually as I speak. So yeah, thank you very much, Gary. Thank you. Well, I'm Jerry French. I live a few miles down the road from Cathy Runswick, just across the river from Liverpool. And I'm going to sing a song of my own tonight called Where Did All the Flowers Go? And as you might guess, it was inspired by the great Pete Seeger. And what I've done is I've tried to use flowers as a metaphor to connect notions of greed, environmental destruction, social injustice and war. So it's bringing together a few themes really, Gary's theme and also that wonderful poem that we heard before. So this is it, Where Did All the Flowers Go? Where did all the flowers go? See the crosses row on row, from Flanders fields to far Ipoh. Young recruits were sent, that's where the flowers went. Long time ago they took the land. They put up fences by command, evicted farmers out of hand, from Inverness to Gwent. That's where the flowers went. The earth is made for all to share, but in the name of greed, we poison oceans and choke the air, while millions of us live in need. In the past, they worked the mills. They heaved the coal out of Cambrian hills. The wealthy had their coffers filled, but the workers' backs were bent. That's where the flowers went. Our ancestors tilled the soil. They earned their bread from honest toil. But now we go to war for oil, and all our taxes spent. That's where the flowers went. The earth is made for all to share, but in the name of greed, we poison oceans and choke the air, while millions of us live in need. So where did all the flowers go? We once had principles, you know. We built a welfare state to show all those who fought the war what they'd been fighting for. So all you good folk listen now. We can fix the earth, here's how. Join together and take a vow to make our leaders know they have to let the flowers grow. They've got to let the flowers grow. We have to let the flowers. The earth is made for all to share. Thank you for listening.
Wonderful.
Great.
As someone typed in the chat, Pete would have loved it. And thank you very much.
Thank you.
Anyway, wonderful meeting you. I really hope there's a time that People's Music Network and you can get together and you could.
That would be great.
Do the songs at one of our convergences. Bev Grant, are you there?
I'm here.
Hi. Bev had actually been my teacher in a songwriting class. I took at a place called the Free Association, probably in the 1970s.
Early 70s.
Sometime in the early 70s. I won't say any more than that. But Bev, show Jerry a little love and then tell us about yourself and your song.
I loved that song, Jerry. That was wonderful. It was so meaty, you know, it just had so much in it, and your voice is glorious. And I'm going to continue on the theme from Gary to you and to me. This is an old song of mine that I haven't really performed a lot. It's about the earthquake in Haiti 10 years ago, and it's called I Felt the Earth Shake. I remember when that earthquake happened, how everybody was calling it a natural disaster, and there was something about that term that just pissed me off, because it wasn't natural for those buildings to fall the way they did. They weren't up to code. There was, you know, there's all these ways and I'm thinking about the fires in California. I guess that's what really, you know, prompted me. All of these things they try to like deny our human responsibility for, you know, happening. So anyway, this has been a while. Let's see. I felt the earth shake. I saw people break when the sky fell on me. The kids in Port-au-Prince watched the trees begin to dance, swallowed dust before they had a chance, while my stricken heart still beat. Haiti, that's Haiti in Creole. You were home to me. Now I can't see my home. All I see is crumbled rock, grief buried under shock. Empty shoes beneath my feet, trying to find solid ground, looking for the lost and found. Silence screaming in our broken town, while my stricken heart still beats. Haiti, you were home to me. I am calling you. You're not home. Before my world fell apart, my new democracy was frail, tethered to banks whose dictates almost always prevail. Years of interference from abroad left nothing in place to brace the pitiful facade of the government as it crumbled. NGOs stumbled, and everyone was humbled by the fact that no one had a plan. I thought that was the government's job. I didn't understand. But their role had been undermined by foreign forces who nickeled and dimed them, controlling who really held the power. In the end, no one did in that fateful hour. I don't know where to start. The world I know's been blown apart. Endless lives form in the heat, trying to find my next meal, an end to this ordeal, a chance for us to heal, while my stricken heart still beats. Haiti, you were home to me. I'm calling you. Bring me home. Haiti, you were home to me. I am calling you. Bring me home. I felt the earth shake.
Oh, wow. We actually remember that song, and we haven't heard it since then. The earthquake took place just around the time of the People's Music Network Winter Gathering.
Oh.
I remember, and one of the things we did is we took whatever, it's not profits, whatever excess we made at the gathering, and we donated it to earthquake relief.
Right.
Let's see, Penny Stone, are you there? Penny?
Hello.
Oh, great. Penny, can you say a few words, send a little love to Bev, and then tell us about yourself and what you're about to do?
Thank you. Hello, Bev. Thank you for that. Oh, there's something about it's a hard line with an angry song, isn't it? Because sometimes an angry song just makes the listener feel angrier, even if it makes you as a songwriter feel better. But actually, as a listener to that, I really felt like you carried me with you, and I felt like we travelled a place, and that anger was about connecting with the humanity of people in Haiti, just as there are so many humans experiencing the same kind of scale of distress and pain, whilst we're gratefully safe in our home. So really thank you for that. I got a lot from that song. And sometimes we need to sit with the human pain. So thank you. And I'm glad to be following you as well, because that connection with home is what I'm singing about. I'm in Edinburgh. I'm singing to you from Edinburgh, which is my home, today, and I'm singing a song that I wrote after I came back from Palestine, and I've been working in Palestine as a human rights observer a couple of years previously. I wrote this song about 8 years ago, so similar timescale, and I came back from my time in Palestine as a human rights observer really having felt like it was worth doing, but I was tired, and my heart was sore, and I needed to come home, because I was going to stop being useful if I stayed. There's no point trying to work as a human rights observer and getting so tired and sore yourself that you're not helping any of the people experiencing the pain there. So a couple of years after that, I went back with a choir, and again I feel very at home this evening, because I sing with a radical choir in Edinburgh called Protest and Harmony, and the choir that I took out to Palestine we put together specifically called Sandra, which means we shall sing in Arabic, and it was put together to do a solidarity trip to go and to learn and to listen and to understand a bit more, so that we could come home and share stories and perhaps be a bit more effective in our solidarity, but also to take the songs with us that carry hope for us, that there was a sense of saying we see you. And some of the songs that we sung came from the US civil rights struggle, and some of them came from the South African anti-apartheid struggle as well, and we translated some of these songs into Arabic, so that there was a sense of that torch of hope coming from these songs to say, actually, some of these troubles have been overcome. Yes, there are problems in South Africa. Yes, there are problems in the United States, but some of those barriers have been taken down. So that was what we were wanting, part of what we were wanting to do with our songs. And actually, we met some extraordinary resistors, non-violent resistors, farmers, mothers, photographers, the whole spectrum of people just doing everyday life as a resistance to oppression. That was really beautiful. And I came back feeling really hopeful. And this is a song that I wrote when I got back from that trip with Sandra. It's called Fair Palestine. And if you want to sing along with the chorus, why do you stay here? Here is my home. You'll catch on to that. But this just tells of some of the really amazing people. There's a concept in Arabic called samud, which sort of translates as the word steadfastness in English, but it's a much bigger concept. It's like a whole political concept of standing firm to what is just and to what will help people thrive. So we saw a lot of that. Is that guitar okay? Got ya, I can see your nodding head, thank you. Thanks, Steve. So this is Fair Palestine. Well, I'll tell you a story about some friends of mine in the towns and the wadis of Fair Palestine. There's stones in the soft ground, sunshine beating down. Under the olive groves we take our time, but there's trouble everywhere, easy to see. Walking in Palestine, nobody's free. This old occupation feels heavy to bear, but so many are still standing tall. Why do you stay here? There are seeds we can sow. Why do you stay here? For to make the trees grow. Why do you stay here? Well, it's all that I know. Why do you stay here? Here is my home. Resistance, I'll tell you about a farming man. Rise early each morning to work on the land. His father, his grandfather worked before him. Now his sons and his daughters, they won't let them in. They built a barrier cut through the land. To the army you must ask permission to pass. They blasted the ground and they bulldozed the trees, but we live for the future, we'll keep planting seeds. Why do you stay here? shoot in your trees? Why do you stay here? You can't do as you please. Why do you stay here? I wish your life was easier. Why do you stay here? Here is my home. One woman I walked beside just for a day. She was born in the old town and she's seen it change. She walked down, she had a street before they came to shut down half the city and lock down the gate. She grows green on the rooftop while soldiers look down, and she grows tall, the children with tears rolling down. Don't be afraid, she says, you must be proud. I am Palestinian, she smiles and she frowns. Why do you stay here when they're caging you in? Why do you stay here where they stop you from walking? Why do you stay here where you have to keep watching? Why do you stay here? Here is my home. Born in this village, another young man, every Friday he gathers to walk to the land. Access to water wells we used to have, now these soldiers from Israel, they're blocking the path. Open your eyes and ears, soldiers, we tell. Our lands, they are occupied, your minds as well. More than 10,000 times I have walked where I walk today, and we will keep walking until we are free. Why do you stay here every Friday at noon? Why do you stay here when they're shooting you down? Why do you stay here when they blockade the town? Why do you stay here? Here is my home. I'll tell you a story about some friends of mine in the towns and the wadis of fair Palestine. The stones in the soft ground, sunshine beating down. Under the olive groves we take our time, but there's trouble everywhere, easy to see. Walking in Palestine, nobody's free. This old occupation feels heavy to bear, but so many are still standing tall. Why do you stay here? The seeds we can sow. Why do you stay here? For to make the trees grow. Why do you stay here? Well, it's all that I know. Why do you stay here? Here is my home. Here is my home.
Thank you, Penny. It's been, I don't know, 16 years or so since we've been to Edinburgh. We've been to Glasgow how many times? I don't know, twice already. But we have to make it back to Edinburgh sometime. We promise so many things once this pandemic is over. Anyway, thank you for the song. Beautifully done. And right now, Jen Dog, are you there?
I'm here.
Jen Dog, Lone Wolf, we're going back to New York City and send a little love out to Penny in Scotland.
Absolutely. Hey, Penny, thanks for that. Those were beautiful lyrics and beautiful playing and, bittersweet lyrics, and you painted a really accurate picture of what's going on, it was beautiful. It was deep. Thank you. So I'm going to share my screen. This song I'm going to do is called Outside of Myself. Not my screen, I'm going to share my sound. And I'm going to put the lyrics in the chat for anyone out there that wants to read along, because it is kind of fast. And this beat is made by Jemsky Chan, who is from the UK. He's my producer friend, and he makes excellent music. Actually, I can't get it in the chat, but I'll put a link in there later for the lyrics. And I also just wanted to point out that I see quite a few of you said, you know what, I think I'm going to put on some burgundy today, you know, and it feels like a healing color. And actually my pants are burgundy, my shirt, my hat, and, you know, we got that emotional memo. So yeah, this song is called Outside of Myself. Some of you have heard it before. And I imagine that's kind of loud for y'all. It's good? All right. Yeah, so there's no chorus, some lyrics. Talking about how I feel. And yeah, that would have been the cue right there. So outside of myself. Prison labor sucks and laws do rich favors, while those with flavor still targets to enslavers. Collateral damage, social insecurities. The biggest kingpins work in the medical industry. And treatment for cancer, that sector's worth trillions. Why not curb vaccines as a natural cure for autism? Even more schisms, isms and hypnotism. Jams, less mysticisms, unholy baptism. People here don't listen, look but can't see. The bling bling only glistens. Oh no, this can't be. Lands of milk and honey forced to pour in the shanties. They be down to be bad. Half the time and happily. Education system is crappily handled, leaving people dumb, true knowledge in shambles. So come now with them dumb tactics. Floyd poison helps them dumb down the masses. With the masses dumbed down, it's so easy. TNT in the ghetto, designed to blow breezy. Wrist to the beast, perfect, pork greasy. These are the rhymes of your girl Jen Deasy. Stepping outside of myself from the inside. On the flip side, I shun pride when I hit stride. Old school OG, move matter like riptides. I pivot through moments, I like when I get nice. Maybe I'll hit twice, Lotto is like that. Some lyrics that dream, I like when I write that. I'm concerned with tit-tatter, who the best spit that? Triple double consciousness, who will get that? Maybe it'll fly over your head. Maybe soldiers choose peace instead. Magic over floor, grew up with tough drawers. We work to the greasy, strong like hemp claws. Try to complete what it is I'm sent for. Avoid mentors, be a mentor. Write dope songs in the rank protector. Magic delicious, Scorpio inspector. I try to be fair, rather be right. Proud to be brown, I don't need to act white. I'm a soul survivor, major not minor. Your dog ain't lost, some just can't seem to find her. Look a little deeper, see if you could peep her. Maybe she down around by you, wanna creep up. Never been a follow, I command respect. Introspect can only help hope manifest, so I don't contest much. Sing to the next crutch. Swagger seem tough cause it got that Brooklyn touch. Gold and titanium, questions in your cranium, answers and parables. Spitfire, staining them, rain down on them, put the pain down on them. Nah, let me chill, let go disdain for them. Was a matter of time until I splattered these rhymes into sound waves. Your space, my mind, our world. Be boys and be girls, watching monumental government lies and furls. So holla holla, who else fighting for that dollar? Made out of 15 cents. J.E. to the N.D., queen of OG. Track through my third sight, moves so slowly. Thoughts in the ether, I love who know me. Cross me, crosshairs, follow you thoroughly. I'm a double Scorpio, tactics from above me. Sharp shooting charms, I'm looking at lovely. I was born to battle demons, cause they can't touch me. Trust when I spit hard, easy like a... oh, sorry. Jenny D not rusty. Optics in my war chest, seek to crush you. I'll pop you like a pimple, I left your pussy. I let Hammer tell it, you still can't touch this. Society got my safety off, I can go postal. But I reload, I face the music I'm supposed to. If it's not a bullseye, sneak up from behind it. Gen Dog, lone wolf, red like a diamond. Gen Dog, lone wolf, red like a diamond. And happy birthday, Mega Scythe. Ow!
And not only that, Jen Dog manages to get her name into the song twice.
All right, yay!
And also let us know that it's Miles' birthday as well.
Happy birthday!
Thank you for that. That's wonderful. Let's say, Reima. Did I say it right? Reima, are you there?
I'm here.
Oh, great.
Great. I'm from Cuba.
Oh, cool.
And I live in Barcelona.
Okay. So, Reima, let's make sure I have your name pronounced right. Areja?
Arema Arega Negucia González.
Very good. Thank you. So say a few words about Gen Dog and then tell us about yourself and what you're going to do.
I I love the groove. I love the message. I love the energy. I'm a singer songwriter as well, and I believe that sometimes you need to say the things like with a lot of power, a lot of energy, because they're gonna like run in front of you, and the people are gonna listen because it's energy that is coming through you and to the people. So thank you for that. I feel that I'm alone and I'm not used to. I was invited by Lucy, and she told me to send you a link for an animation that I made. But really, I was listening to your music, and I have a song, but it's a song that is in Spanish that I believe that is more connected with the energy of you, and it's called My Thinking, and it's about the people who, like me, who are immigrant and live in another country, and they left back their home. So if I can sing in Spanish, if it's okay with all of you, I will sing the song in Spanish.
Go ahead.
Okay, yeah.
¿Sí?
Sí. Cantan en español. Go ahead.
Muchas gracias, because the energy is so cool here and you have such a power. So I want to share my Spanish with you.
Go ahead.
Gracias. Muchas gracias. Mi pensamiento. Milagro de Dios, esta tierra mía, con tanto dolor, canta la agonía. Quisiera que siempre fuera así, un grito de paz para ser felices. ¿Cómo va mi pensamiento? Que se me va, que se me va. ¿Cómo va mi pensamiento? Que se me va, que se me va. Cuando en la distancia estoy, me encuentro que voy contando los sueños, esos que a lo lejos son la única voz que llevo por dentro. Y cómo va mi pensamiento, que se me va, que se me va. Cómo va mi pensamiento, que se me va, que se me va. Hombre de paso seguro, que se entrega sin temor allá. Calla que son tiempos duros y anda suelta la traición allá. Puñal en lengua asesina, sin seso y sin cordura. Mata por hambre y sin vida, muere por otro que ayuna y óyelo. ¿Cómo va mi pensamiento? Que se me va, que se me va. ¿Cómo va mi pensamiento? Que se me va, que se me va. Virgen, mi Virgen querida, Reina de todo lo nuestro, limpia con tu agua bendita este río es sufrimiento, de andar y desandar por los caminos del mundo. Óyelo, donde solo somos nosotros, los otros que cargan el mundo. Y óyelo, ¿cómo va mi pensamiento? Que se me va, que se me va mi pensamiento, tu pensamiento, el pensamiento que se va, mi pensamiento. We are only one, we are only one. I don't know why we have so many borders, we have so many borders, have so many places, we have so many places, and they are the same, they are the land. I have been traveling I have been leaving places because I don't fit in. And I feel so different, so different. ¿Cómo va mi pensamiento que se me va, que se me va? My thinking, your thinking, my thinking, your thinking. We are the same, we don't need to go away. We are the same, we belong here. We don't need to live Allah, it is here. The world is one and we are just people living. ¿Cómo va mi pensamiento que se me va?
Oh, wonderful. Thank you.
Gracias a ustedes.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you so much.
It was wonderful. And thank Lucy Murphy for telling us about you and telling you about us and inviting you. That's great. Miles, are you there someplace? Miles Megason?
I am here. Steve.
Okay, Miles. Can you say a few words to Arema?
Arema.
Then go ahead.
That song was beautiful. Muchas gracias. That was incredible. I'm not a Spanish speaker, but I believe you were saying what more can I ask or something, or like what more for my piece? It was just beautiful. The sentiment was, I felt it. It was lovely. And yeah. Viva la revolution. Liberate the people. I love the sentiment of we have so many places, but we're all one. We're all one people. We have these borders. Yo, dope set. Thank you so much to the hosts for organizing this one once again. Is it Carrie? I think it's Carrie and Steven. Y'all are incredible. And I'm going to do No Fear Now. So this is also in that same vein of, liberation. Let's lose the fear. I wrote this song. The production is by Steve Wallace. And yeah, I'm the artist and producer, artist and writer. So let's have a good time. I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to share my sound, my computer sound. And yep, we got computer sound. Let's get it. This is on the Dirty South Chronicles. This is what we need, what we want. We need love. That sound good to y'all? Can you give me a thumbs up?
No fear now.
I word.
No fear now.
I have love.
No fear now.
Wash your hands, get it right. Good hygiene could save your life. Keep your hands out your face, especially in a public place. Not least the last, wear a mask. Take that class from Meg Sight. You can save a life, take a doc's advice. Not lots of light, no bleach taste. With a yes and a no. Economies close over pathogens we can detect. The long incubation diamond DNA fake and make the chain look correct. When in fact you could be infected, impact your loved ones with that neglect. Let's face it, the president's basic. Unlike his office, this needs respect and love.
No fear now.
We need love.
No fear now.
I want love. Throw your hearts up, y'all. Give me some love. Show me some love. Let's show everybody love. Let's manifest it in the world. Come on.
No fear now. Just love. No fear now.
I value my freedoms, defend our rights, and I tweet it to let you know. With a post on the gram, long form on Facebook, YouTube with the live show. Our lives are material, pouring the spiritual milk for this physical flow. Don't sit back and watch as we get to March and let's see how far we go. Stop spreading misinformation about hydroxychloroquine. Close contact and bumping into me in stores ain't happening. I'm not dying for a country that just sees me as a good again. They don't even see me unless they questioning me like, yo man, like where you at?
You want, man?
I want love.
No fear now. I want love. No fear now.
We need it. Love. We need more. We need more. We need fear now. I want love. No fear now.
Breathe love. No fear now.
I
Want
smell
love.
it. I
No
taste
fear
it.
now. Deserve love. No fear now.
Hubris makes us vulnerable, also quite intolerable. Thinking we the best to pull. Roll over these vegetables. I ain't living miserable. Race and hate ain't invisible. Take a knee, indivisible. Why my rights ain't admissible? If king is capital, queen is corona.
Okay.
If he holds the crown, she is the owner. Who is the master? Who's the controller?
Yes.
Can he give us up? Will she pass us over? With that
love. No fear now. I want love. No fear now.
Put in
Give
work.
love. No fear now.
Let's get
Have
some more.
love. No fear now.
I'll serve
Give
it up.
love. No fear now.
I wanna
Give
eat it.
love. No fear now.
I wanna
Want
feed it
love.
to you.
No fear now. Deserve
breathe it.
love. No fear now.
Diamond, oh, what a sound. Platinum I got laying round. Gold, power to behold. SARS-CoV-2 rare to be found. Diamond, oh, what a sound. Platinum I got laying round. Gold, power to behold. SARS-CoV-2 rare to be found. I want love. No fear now. Give me love. No fear now. Thank you, y'all.
Miles, and I understand today is your birthday, is that right?
My birthday was actually on Friday, August 21st. Yeah, I turned this is my 46th time around the sun this weekend.
Oh,
So
wow.
yeah, I'm gonna put the video for that. I'm gonna put the link for that video in the chat. And I love y'all, man. I really love y'all. Thank you, Jen Dog, for shouting out my birthday. Mad power, y'all.
Okay, thank you you very much. Tom Lavin, are you there? Tom? Is Tom Lavin around? Let's try again. Tom Lavin. Maybe I'm saying it wrong. Maybe it's Levan. No, I'm going to go ahead then. Jeff SIEGEL.
Yep, I'm here.
Okay, Jeff SIEGEL, do us a favor and say a few words about Miles, and then let us know who you are and where you are and what you're going to be doing, and then do it.
So Miles, I love it. Love, no fear now. That's great. That's just fantastic. What I liked about that song was you get into these details. I mean, it's a hygiene lesson, but then you come back and you talk about the universal stuff, and it's amazing that you managed to do that. And then you go into the chorus. That's a fantastic song. I loved it. Loved the heart. So the song I'm going to do is called Who Are We? I changed the name. And it's like this, you're sitting here in COVIDville and all the news comes in and everything. And so there was these 4 things that came together in my head. And one was a quote from Breonna Taylor's mother about her daughter. And I realized this is just a kid, It just struck me. And then I saw a picture of Breonna Taylor, and she just had this big smile, and it really touched me. And then I heard Trump with his, when the looting starts, the shooting starts, and then the whole Hong Kong thing went on, and Xi Jinping said some stuff, and it all came together, and it's all in this song. So the song is called Who Are We? Here we go. Can you hear my guitar? Breonna Taylor, look at her photo, open smile, proud of her life. She had big plans, her mother said. They were stolen in the middle of the night in her bed. This is injustice, it's murder first degree, and it was all sanctioned by judge's decree. Who are we? Who are we? What do our actions say? Who are we? Who are we? What do our leaders say? When the looting starts, the shooting starts, we're only targeting a minority. of troublemakers. Don't worry, your money is safe. Who said that? Trump or she? In Hong Kong they wanted dignity and to hold the powerful accountable. But while the world was distracted, the government reacted. Tyranny was added and democracy subtracted. This isn't justice, it's unlimited power, and the world looks on while human rights are devoured. Who are we? Who are we? What do our actions say? Who are we? Who are we? Where do we find ourselves today? Our children are dying, the truth is dying too. The world is being strangled by the powerful, trying to force us up against a wall of lies. But lies are shallow and truth resounds. You can feel the difference in your heart because truth always touches something deep inside. When the looting starts, the shooting starts, we're only targeting a minority of troublemakers. Don't worry, your money is safe. Who said that? Trump or she? They're just troublemakers. Don't worry, your money is safe. Who said that? Trump or she? Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Really good. Really good. I don't think I've seen you at a People's Music Network gathering. Have you ever been to one?
I just last week I did a song, the Grain of Salt.
Oh yes.
Yeah, so that's my first. I'm a new member.
Oh wow! Well, welcome.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Once
Thank
this
you.
is all over, we hope to see you at some of our convergences. That is really great. Maggie and Peter, are you there? I saw them before.
Yeah.
Oh,
Here we
okay.
are.
Okay. Maggie and Peter Eiseman-Renyard, go ahead and say something to Jeff, and then take it away.
Well, that was a great song, and yeah, at the moment I'm sitting here, read the papers, watch television, think there's so many messages going on in the world at the moment, and then some of them are pretty close to us, and it's really unsettling. Yeah.
Very powerful.
Yeah.
Wish it hadn't been so true.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you, Jeff. Still recovering a bit. Steve knows I panicked a little bit about whether we do sing songs of liberation, justice, and people's empowerment. And I found myself reading up a bit about Tom Paine and feeling very moved and a bit sad that we so need a lot of his ideas. And if there was ever a career dedicated to liberation, justice, and people's empowerment, we reckon it's him. And he was back and forth across the Atlantic as much as Steve and Marilyn. So I'm also very conscious people have been singing with such passion, which we've loved. We've loved hearing everybody. We haven't quite got this off the page. It's a song that was written by Tom Paine, though I think he was a much better activist than he was a songwriter. And it is quite old-fashioned in its imagery and its language, and we are still reading it off the page a bit. But he does call for people to defend their liberty, and sadly, that's from Portland to Palestine. We still need it. We brought our little friend here because it is about the goddess of liberty. You got a starting note?
Yes, please.
In a chariot of light from the regions of day, the goddess of liberty came. 10,000 celestials directed the way, and thither conducted the dame. A fair budding branch from the gardens above, where millions with millions agree. She brought in her hand as a pledge of her love, and the plant she named Liberty Tree. The celestial exotic struck deep in the ground, like a native it flourished and bore. The fame of its fruit drew the nations around to seek out this peaceable shore. Unmindful names or distinctions they came, for free men like brothers agree. With one spirit endued, they one friendship pursued, and their temple was Liberty Tree. Beneath this fair tree, like patriarchs of old, their bread in contentment they ate. Unvexed by the troubles of silver and gold, the cares of the good and the great. With timber and tie old England supplied, and supported her power on the sea. Her battles they fought without getting a groat, for the honor of Liberty Tree. But hear, O ye swains, 'tis a tale most profane, how all the tyrannical powers, kings, commons, and lords are uniting amain to cut down this guardian of ours. From the east to the west blow the trumpet to arms, through the land let the sound of it flee. Let the far and the near all unite with a cheer in defense of our Liberty Tree.
Oh, well, thank you very much on that. I forgot to add that Peter and Maggie are members of a folk club called Unity, whose roots go back to the Unity Theatre in London from the 1930s, from the late 1930s, and they've been meeting ever since, I believe. And it is really amazing that there are people all over the world actually like this who have been keeping the spirit alive with songs. Right now, Gwen, are you there? Gwen Owen? If so, can you unmute yourself?
I am. Hello.
Okay. Hi, Gwen. Can you say something about Maggie and Peter, and then get on with it? Say something about yourself, and everyone. Try to keep your introductions truthful but short as possible, because we don't want to go too far over time.
Okay. Maggie and Pete, that was wonderful. I really enjoyed it. I am also reading off of paper. Thank you, that was lovely. This is a song called The Garden, and I actually wrote it at PMN in 2001, and haven't sung it in a very long time. A cappella too. I wanna walk down the road in Jerusalem, hand in hand with my brother and my sister. Freedom from fear, honoring each other. I wanna walk down the road in Jerusalem. I wanna dance in the sunset of an African day, where every child is heaven's gift, perfect in every way. Color lights a rainbow as day kisses night. I wanna dance in the sunset of an African day. I shall pray for the garden of Adam and Eve, when no one shall go hungry, and none should know disease. Peace shall reign like water, when everyone can see. The sin was not the apple, but the fear of living free. No, the sin was not the apple, it's the fear of living free.
Oh, wow. I didn't hear. Did you write that yourself? Or fantastic.
That was great.
That is great. Everything about it was fun. Let me just see for a second. So let's see. John Warburton, are you there? John, you were.
I am here. Yeah.
Okay.
Trying to unmute myself.
Please
What
go
a
ahead
fabulous voice.
say a few words and then go ahead.
Beautiful voice. It reminded me so much of Joan Baez at times. Just a wonderful player and such a message behind the song as well. Absolutely moving. Stunning. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you. Right, you want me to talk about me now? I'm a 60s hippie. Always have been, always will be. Never taken a job where I had to have a haircut or anything like that. And this is a song I wrote in 2016. I never thought we'd be singing protest songs this so long after the 60s. You know, I thought we might have won by now, but no, I know. Don't. This is a frustration song. It takes a swipe at, well, more or less everything. Tony Blair, our glorious leader who stopped fox hunting and then sent the troops into Iraq and Afghanistan and didn't see the irony in that. When I was a younger man, I thought we found the master plan for peace, and we'd find release from fear and hate and death and war. It seemed a cause worth living for, and I did, though I was just a kid. Thought we'd go and right some wrongs, grew our hair, sang protest songs, marched against the atom bomb and the war in Vietnam, and we preached peace as the way to live. Now we're laughed at, fell from grace, we're the generation lost in space through drugs. We're portrayed as mugs, and militarism retakes the stage, and I find myself in a silent rage at this. You know it's all a miss. You can stop the hunt from killing foxes, yet you'll bring your soldiers home in boxes from where you send them killing peasants in Afghanistan. Now you've got your final plan. We gotta go and take his lamb. We gotta go and kill some more. We can maybe have a nuclear war, 'cause Armageddon's what you're praying for. Then Jesus might come and save us. If there's anyone left to say.
Well, wow. Well, thank you very much. That was great. And I believe it was Storm who recommended you. Am I right?
Certainly was. Yeah.
Well, thank you, Storm. You're somewhere on this call. Putting in. Okay. So anyway, Ann Price, you're around somewhere. Yes.
I'm here.
Okay. So what I'm going to
I can't hear you, Steve.
I'm going to ask you to say a few words just now about John. But before you do, I just want to let everyone know that Ann and I have known each other for a long time, and we very often sing together. And we were in a group together a number of years ago called McDougal Street Rent Party. And aside from that, let me just turn it over. And oh yes, and of course, Marilyn reminded me. We've gone to the UK together several times. I forget it was like 3 or 4, maybe 5 times together. So some of you in the UK have heard us together. Anyway, let me turn it over to Ann now and say a few words about John, and then go ahead and tell us.
Okay, Steve. I just want to say John was wonderful, and I could really relate to that song too. I remember the 60s and the demonstrations against the Vietnam War, and I remember seeing a bumper sticker that said, "I can't believe we still have to protest against this shit." And we never thought we'd be here in 2020, but we are, and we have to keep fighting. So thank you so much. That was an excellent song. The song I'm going to do is about strip mining. This song is written by Billy Ed Wheeler, who's written a lot of songs about coal mining. And the thing about strip mining is that it just utterly destroys the land. It displaces people from their homes. And I heard this song first from Carrie and Michael Klein, who are wonderful singers that live in Appalachia and know a lot about this. So, well, they can't put it back. Down in the valley, about a mile from me, where the crows no longer cry, there's a great big earth-moving monster machine. Stands 10 stories high. Well, the ground he can eat, it's a sight. He can rip out 100 tons at a bite. He can eat up the grass, it's a fact. But he can't put it back. They come and tell me I got to move, make way for that big machine. But I ain't a-moving unless they kill me, like they killed the fish in my stream. Look at that big machine go. Lord, it took that shady grove a long time to grow. He can rip it out with just one whack, but he can't put it back. I never was one to walk in lines, go to meetings or carry signs, but maybe I'm behind the times. You can bet your sweet life they're gonna hear from me. And I ain't gonna take it laying down, 'cause I'm getting tired of seeing rocks that bleed on the bare guts of the ground. And I ain't a-selling my soul so they can rip out another tiny little vein of coal. And I ain't a-moving out of my track, 'cause they can't put it back. They can't put it back.
really beautifully done. Absolutely, absolutely fun. I've heard you do that a number of times. I also heard Michael and Carrie do it, and I actually like the way you do it better. Anyway, Amanda, are you there? Amanda MacLean?
I am indeed here, Steve.
Okay.
Thank you. Hi.
So Amanda, you remember Anne, I'm sure. I brought her to Sharps. It's been a while, but she's been there. So anyway, say a few words to Anne, and then go ahead and tell us a few words about yourself or your song, and then go ahead and do it.
Yeah, Anne, that was great. I mean, I just thought that refrain, "Can't put it back." It kept coming in, and it just got captured, the destruction that we are wreaking on the earth, and you had that kind of anger, with that passion, that commitment that we all need at this time. So you really put that over brilliantly. Thank you. So tonight I'm going to sing in support of Black Lives Matter, in solidarity with that movement. And as a white Scottish woman with an American mother living in London and contributing to a transatlantic song swap, the way I'm going to do that is by splicing together two songs. One of them is by the most famous of Scotland's poets, Robert Burns, and it's The Slave's Lament, which he wrote when in the 18th century in Ayrshire he somehow met an enslaved African and had a compassionate and humanitarian response to that meeting. And I am also going to sing right immediately after a song by Bertha Gober, who was a civil rights activist in the 1960s, and she wrote this song, her song, "We've Been Booked and We've Been Scorned," in response to the murder of Herbert Lee, who was working with the SNCC to register black voters in one of the worst and most Klan-ridden states in Mississippi. And I think that the songs belong together. It was in sweet Senegal where my foes did me enthrall, for the land o' Virginia, Virginia, oh, torn from that lovely shore, and must never see it more. And alas, I am weary, weary, oh. On that charming coast is no bitter snow or frost, like the land o' Virginia, Virginia, oh. There the streams forever flow, and the flowers forever grow, and alas, I am weary, weary, oh. Now the burden I must bear, while the cruel scourge I fear, in the land of Virginia, Virginia, oh. And I think of friends most dear, with a bitter, bitter tear, and alas, I am weary, weary, oh. We've been buked and we've been scorned, we've been talked about, sure born, but we never go back. No, we'll never turn back until we've all been freed and we have equality. We have walked through the shadows of death. We've had to walk all by ourselves, but we never turn back. No, we'll never turn back until we've all been freed and we have equality. We have hung our heads and cried for those like Lee who died for you and died for me, died for the cause of equality. We have hung our heads and cried for those like Floyd who died.
Bravo. Thank you. I should add that Amanda is one of the regulars at Sharp's Folk Club in London every Tuesday night. And she has also been the host of Sharp's Folk Club in Isolation online. And you could send her a message if you'd like some more information about that. Charlene, are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so what I'd like you to do, Charlene Leahy, I'd like you to say a couple of words to Amanda and then tell us what you're doing, and then go ahead and do it.
Amanda, your voice has touched many hearts tonight, and I'm sure out there in our audience, and my heart is one of those. And the two songs that you put together complement one another, and the two together are tremendously powerful. And thank you so much for sharing your gift with us tonight. And I wanted to say I'm going to do a song I wrote, which actually is to commemorate the centennial of the adoption of the 19th Amendment, which is happening this coming Wednesday on the 26th of August. Exactly 100 years ago, women won the vote. And the story, I wrote this story after visiting Seneca Falls in upstate New York for another anniversary years ago. And the story was so motivated me. The story begins in London, England. So I thought it was interesting. Amanda's songs are about what happened in America, and my song is about what happened in America, but the story of our suffragist foremothers began in London, England, when Lucretia Mott and Elizabeth Cady Stanton met in England for the World Anti-Slavery Convention. And I'd like to say I'll be accompanied by Diane Doolittle on saxophone. Lucretia Mott sailed the sea to speak out against slavery, but a rule of silence shut her down. Your voice cannot be allowed, said the all-male convention crowd. This is a public place, and a woman can't utter a sound. Their hypocrisy, so absurd as they wrap themselves in freedom's words, a holding the chains of male domination. With Elizabeth Stanton at her side, Lucretia vowed to turn the tide, and together they planted the seeds of a revolution. In a little town near Seneca Falls, in rural upstate New York, Elizabeth and Lucretia called a meeting. 5 women in a circle, having tea, yearning for equality. A women's rights convention they decided they would be needing. 1848, in the heat of July, women and girls came from far and wide, daring to confront their state of subjugation. Elizabeth Stanton had taken the floor for the right to vote. She did implore, but the hall erupted with protests and confusion. From the back
back of the room, Frederick Douglass rose. At the sound of his voice, everybody froze, wrapped in his eloquence and conviction. As a former slave, I beg you not to ignore suffrage is the root of all our law, and the words they spoke would echo for generations. Through chilly winds and the darkest nights, they held on like geese in flight, for their sister's sake, getting ready to fight. Brave leaders emerge to advance the cause. Truth, Gage, Haller's Paul, hungering in prison to amend the Constitution. After 72 years of struggle and pain, with the 19th Amendment we overcame. In August 1920 we marched in jubilation. Years later we've made many gains, but the patriarchy still remains in a constant state of war with all creation. Rising from the seeds our foremothers sowed, millions of women are coming to know that the fate of Mother Earth depends on our mobilization. And through chilly winds and the darkest nights, we'll hold on like geese in flight. For all our sake, we've got to fight. And through chilly winds and the darkest nights, we'll hold on like geese in flight. For Mother Earth, we got to fight. We've got to fight. We've got to fight. We've got to fight.
Nicely done. Are you in New Jersey right now, by the way?
Right now. Diane and I, yeah.
Hey. Just wanted to let people know that there's a Jersey over by the in the Channel Islands, and there's New Jersey here in the United States.
Yes, and I hope you won't hold that against us.
No, we won't. Anyway, let's see. Steve and Sandra, Skinner and Twitch are up next. Are you there? Sandra and Steve, you want to unmute yourselves? They were there. Oh, they're there. And before I turn it over to you, I want to mention we're going to have, after you, we're going to have Lydia Adams-Davis, who's been added to the lineup. So right now, Steve and Sandra, say something about Charlene, and then tell us what you're going to do and take it away.
Yeah, can I say I found that very inspiring, Charlene. Yeah, thank you. I can't see you anymore on these little squares, but very inspiring. And I love the passionate way that you sing. And I haven't heard of this woman, but I've recently read a biography of Emmeline Pankhurst, and I found that incredibly heartwarming and inspiring. And it made me think while you were singing that power is rarely shared without a struggle. And Emmeline Pankhurst discovered that direct action was needed. Finally, she discovered that. She tried everything she could, like the women you're describing there, to get change. But people weren't listening, and it was only through the struggle and through direct action that finally, those concessions were made. Because as you say, we've got to fight, and that now. You're talking about Mother Earth. Those who want profit, they're not going to share that power either. So, without direct action, nothing's going to happen.
I thought it was a fantastic song. It really gutsy. I felt quite moved by it, and I really like the way sometimes you're kind of talking rather than singing. I thought that was a terrific style. That was great. It really caught me. Yeah.
So thank you for that. I'm going to look her up.
That's great. Great song. Really support all that.
So our song, Steve, tell us about that.
Well, we're writing a lot of songs. Some of them are lyrical, some of them are satirical, funny stuff, and a lot of our songs have a bit of bite to them, have a kind of social message. But often we do it in a kind of English satirical way. That's
we go under Skinner and Twitch. It's a Steve Skinner, I'm Sandra Twitcher. You can see there's a painting there, and that illustrates this kind of, that's the image of our comical and satirical album. Everybody's
satirical of celebrities.
So
for us,
we do this kind of line of songs that are satirical.
English satire.
Yeah, English satire.
And this is an example of it. This is a song I wrote some time ago, and I keep revising it. It's basically about Britain right now, and we've got a crisis, and during a crisis, if you can't have a wedding or something, or a royal funeral or whatever, the answer is find a scapegoat. So that's what it's called, Scapegoat.
We're going to the dogs, I'm very sad to say. John Ball's on the dole, rule Britannia's in the grave. Our Brexit dream is now an endless stream of wheeling and a dealing behind the scenes.
We're going to the dogs, we're going down an hole. 300,000 homeless and 1 million on the dole. The country is in crisis, the nation is in shame, and now the need arises to allocate the blame. And history will advise us to play the scapegoat game. So come you politicians, come and play your game. Find yourself a scapegoat to allocate the blame. Ignore a rotten system that daily brings us down. Pay homage to the scapegoat in service to the crowd. It's the Muslims
and the Gypsies,
the Russians and the Reds,
hiding in our wardrobes, creeping in our beds.
For many, it's the migrants moving here in mobs,
stealing all the houses and taking all the jobs.
Do you know they come over here with their work ethic? It's disgusting. You may remember Adolf, he died in 45, but only after taking 6 million Jewish lives. To fight for Lenin's realm, he had to stir the German pride. He used them as a scapegoat, a way to justify his rising to authority, his power to divide. So come you gutter journalists, come and play your game. Find yourself a scapegoat to allocate the blame. Ignore a rotten system that daily brings us down. Pay homage to the scapegoat in service to the crowd. It's the Chinese
and the chubbies
drive the scroungers back,
blaming on the Martians, the pink, the blue, the black. And as the private businessman is leaving in his plane, he's off to move the money into properties in Spain. He sips a cold martini, rejoicing once again that people in Britannia play the scapegoat game. Whew. Thank you.
Thank you, Sandra and Steve. And I love your style. I know it's this traditional style from the music halls, but very few people that are kind of in our People's Music Network circle do that routinely. So it really adds a new dimension. As I said before, we're going to add someone to the lineup. We had a no-show earlier, Tom Lavin. I don't know what happened. But rather than run a short show, we're going to add Lydia Adams-Davis. Lydia, are you there? Lydia? Has anyone seen Lydia?
Have you seen Lydia?
There
She's here trying to unmute, Steve.
Unmute yourself. Lydia, unmute yourself. We have to do something there. Hold on, let's see if I can do something. Ask to unmute.
I think she has to unmute herself.
You have to unmute yourself. Yes, there you are. So Lydia, say something about Skinner and Twitch, and then go ahead and do your thing.
Well, I grew up on, all sorts of those kind of music hall ballads. There were a lot of funny older people in my life. There was all kinds of performances I, as a little girl, was subjected to and loved. And my father was always spouting from Gilbert and Sullivan, the Patter songs, and of course, you know, there's John Cleese and those fellas. So yeah, so we like it very much. And a precise way of talking is what I like to hear. I don't want to be searching for the words, my dear, because I am older. It's hard for me to hear. Anyway, you get the idea. My family lives in France and Switzerland, Europe. So I'm going to attempt to. I thought there might be some French people here, so I went through a lot of work on this. And it's so great. I'm only allowed a short set today, so I'll sing the German one next week for another song. It's called Cherchez le courage. Look for the courage. Cherchez le courage des les enfants. Chantez les mots qui suivront. Black Lives Matter, répétez tout de suite. Black Lives Matter, singing in the street. Cherchez le courage. Apprenez de la jeunesse, chantez ces mots. Black Lives Matter. Répétez, Black Lives Matter. Chantez dans la rue. Look for the courage from the young and hurt. Remember how to speak up, get out there and start. Older folks inspired this movement long ago. Carry signs, stand in line, vote for freedom now. Cherchez le courage, l'esprit de jeunesse. N'oubliez pas de vous exprimer, allez-y foncez. Mouvement inspiré par les anciennes générations. Manifestez, participez, votez pour votre liberté. Maintenant, encore une fois, cherchez le courage. Et les enfants, chantez les mots, ce qui suivant. Black Lives Matter, répétez tout de suite. Black Lives Matter, singing in the street. Merci mille fois.
Merci. A chanson of franglais, the language franglais, French and English. Yes, very good. Anyway, we're going to wrap it up. Monsieur Deasy.
Hi, can you hear me?
Oh, yes, we can hear you. You have a few words for Lydia?
Oh, yeah, that was really great. I think you need to I just moved to Canada. I lived in the U.S. all my life, and French and English are both required on everything here. And your song would be so appropriate here. But I don't want to just comment on the greatness of that song and the bilingualness of it. But I want to comment on the greatness of the spontaneous things she did after Skinner and Twitch to complement their enunciation with a impromptu improvisation on the same melody. That was just great. I just loved hearing your performance, Lydia.
Thank you. Thank you.
You are most welcome. Just a little bit about myself. I was born in U.S., but mostly because my all-Irish ancestry had to move over because rich people wouldn't share their food, which is part of my history. So I come from a long line of Irish musicians, actors, politicians, and political rabble-rousers on both sides of my family. So, and all of them, I assume, drunkards. But anyway, so this song is about my generational hatred for rich people, and it's just a kind of silly. To the tune of Rising of the Moon. So come tell me, Jeffrey Bezos, how'd you get so well to do? I worked people to the bone and watched as my fortune grew and grew. I paid them paupers' wages while I made a tidy sum. CEOs and billionaires are money-grubbing scum. Oh, the money-grubbing scum, yes, the money-grubbing scum. CEOs and billionaires are money-grubbing scum. Now they tell me corporations are really people now, and they're paid for politicians do their bidding with a bow. For if you want to get elected, well, it takes a king's ransom. It's hard to get elected without the money-grubbing scum. Oh, the money-grubbing scum, yes, the money-grubbing scum. It's hard to get elected without the money-grubbing scum. They say our system is the best, but cannot tell us why. They mean our system is the best that big money can buy. Trillions spent on corporate welfare while the people just get crumbs. Government against the people for the money-grubbing scum. Oh, the money-grubbing scum, yes, the money-grubbing scum. Government against the people for the money-grubbing scum. Listen up there in the White House and up on Capitol Hill. We'll take it to the streets if you don't hear and do our will. We've got pitchforks, we've got torches, and to Washington we'll come. We'll overthrow the power of the money-grubbing scum. Oh, the money-grubbing scum, yes, the money-grubbing scum. We'll overthrow the power of the money-grubbing scum.
I am going to take it upon myself to say a few words of love to Steve. This was absolutely brilliant. That is one of the most singable tunes that's ever been written. I don't think I've gone through maybe more than a month or maybe 2 months of my life without either hearing Rising of the Moon or The Wearing of the Green. And now for the rest of my life, what's left of it, I'm going to hear the money-grubbing scum. Thank you, Steve. And you are, you certainly have done credit to that song.
Thank you, Steve. I want to thank everyone for bearing with my technical management of this event. This is the first time I've done an event like this. We were afraid we might have to cancel, but I think it turned out well.
Well, Well, thank you, Steve. Also, I want to thank everybody who participated tonight. And I know it's late afternoon for some of us. It's late at night for others, and it might be early morning for at least one of us. Anyway, I want to point out that People's Music Network has been having participatory online musical events nearly every single week since this pandemic has come about. We want to keep this going. There are going to be many other events. We do have a Facebook page that you could find us on. We also have a website, which is very, very simple to know. It's www.peoplesmusic.org, because we are a not-for-profit organization. And I'd also like to throw in one additional pitch. We happen to be a membership organization. And one of the ways we support ourselves is by the paltry, trifling, minuscule dues that we collect from members. And if you find it in your heart, if you are not already a People's Music Network member, you are really, really welcome to join. We have been doing this in person. We've been getting together, sharing music and sharing ourselves, really, since 1977. A fellow named Charlie King, some of you know him, that year said, let's see if there are any other people doing political music around progressive music. And he said, let's have a retreat in a camp in rural Connecticut in the northeastern United States. And he expected perhaps 20 or 25 people would show up. In fact, 75 people showed up. And from that came an organization called Songs for Freedom and Struggle, which eventually expanded into People's Music Network. For most of our history, we have been centered on the northeastern quarter of the United States. We have never had a gathering south of North Carolina nor west of Chicago. We have had a few members scattered throughout the rest of North America, not many, a few. And we've occasionally had some members overseas. But we now have an opportunity to expand in ways we've never known possible before. And I thank everybody, particularly the people from the other side of the Atlantic, the people from the UK and from Spain, for being part of this. We are looking into the possibility of having another one of these soon, but also Miles is thinking of possibly seeing if we could have some type of song swap or poetry swap or cipher or some type of event that's going to happen between Africa and the United States. And maybe it could be a three-way event. We don't know. But anyway,
keep it clean, Steve.
Keep it clean? Three-way? No, okay, clean. It'll be a clean three-way event. And so let me just finish by saying, once again, thank you everyone for participating. We are the People's Music Network. We've been doing music for a long time together, cooperatively, and we intend to keep doing so. Thank you and bless you all.
Okay,
Thank
and
you.